got a download, animated one. It comes in cartoon if it's not for me. And I was being called to do a reading, do a reading. What I saw was, I should have looked up what it's called, but I think it's called a metronome. It's like that thing that you'll see. I'm thinking of it like on top of a grand piano, but it's used to keep time, right? So there's a lot about time in this reading, but what I saw was this metronome going back and forth, and then there was like a little string tied to the part, that goes back and forth, and it was anchored to something. And when I looked deeper, it was anchored into the earth, because at first I thought this is something holding someone back, but no, it's an anchor grounding you, right? So if you feel like maybe you're in between two timelines, or two a transition, let's say, in your life, this is probably your message. Also, I always pull message cards before I get on here because maybe it's superstition, but I have to do it until they fall out. Everything else with tarot, I could just pull them. I know the right time. But with message cards, I really want for it to be completely spontaneous. So I got a few things. One, I got into these message cards that I haven't used in a while. I got TikTok. Um, for me, this doesn't really mean TikTok like the app TikTok, but it could for you. It's more like TikTok, time. And then I got graduation party, which is fitting for the time of year. So it really could be somebody's graduating, and it's almost over. The school year's almost over. Your whole life's going to change after that. But we'll see. We'll see if it's literal or not. Also, I pulled Archangel Raphael, heart chakra, which I'm really feeling. I'm feeling a lot of opening, like your heart's opening, or it's closing. Like again, it's like maybe it's going in between the two. Like you're protecting yourself, but then you're also feeling something very deeply. Then I got the world, um, and adjacent possibilities and action. So I was thinking about the metronome and looking at these cards. I do feel like there's some sort of major transformation, something that you're going through right now that affects you globally, you, like your vessel, your life. Whatever it is, it's going to affect every area of your life. And there's something about it, whatever you're going through right now, where you're being very, very clever about how you go about this thing, right? Whatever it is, you're not doing it in the most obvious way. Can you see that? Adjacent possibilities and action, but you're taking action. And that reminds me of the TikTok. It's like you're feeling a sense of urgency about it. All right, so let me take my favorite deck out here, which I've already shuffled a bunch, but I'm just going to do it one more time. And we'll see what comes out. This full moon energy, which feels so charged, very charged. I'm definitely feeling that. I'm feeling like a lot of people can resonate with just feeling a lot of energy. Not necessarily like you want to run and do things, but you just feel a charge in the air. That makes any sense to anyone else? Yeah, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. You're carrying a lot. And something is time sensitive. I could feel it here. You're carrying a lot. You're being watched over. You definitely you have a connection. You have a connection with a guide. I feel like this is a passed over loved one, but it really doesn't have to be. It could be a star family member that you've never known in this life. But I see that hawk as somebody watching over you, but I could see that you're carrying a lot, whoever you are. And I want to say that if you're residing in your heart chakra, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes, you've been working on something for a while. But now's the time. Like now is the time to take action. And maybe you're not doing it the way that you had expected to. It's like something distracted you. You saw something, you learned something, or you saw someone else do it the way you had planned on doing it and it didn't work out for them. So like you're going a different way. That is massive for you. Massive. I feel that up until very recently, you've been way, way in your mental. Like you have not been allowing yourself to even go into your heart chakra because you've got stuff to do. It's time sensitive. You're carrying a lot of responsibilities. But the fact that you're leaning into the heart chakra is beautiful because you're really connecting to the core of the matter here, not just your task list, but the motivation behind what you're doing. And we're going to find out more. Yeah, because you have some sort of new opportunity. So this is brand new. This is a new way of doing whatever you've been doing, or you're completely changing paths. I'm just going to channel for a second here. Something that looked like a setback for you is not a setback. You're being pushed to your limit right now. You're being pushed to your limit because you're already doing a lot and you're already challenging yourself. There you go, the devil. And it feels like you keep getting more stuff piled on you. And it's for a reason. It's because you're supposed to pivot. You're supposed to take action in a different direction, something adjacent. I don't know enough about where this is going yet to give you a clear example of that. But what I will say is that you might be an obsessive planner. You might overthink things. You may have been through experiences that were very difficult to come back from, and you may have done it on your own. So you're very cautious, right? And it's getting in the way of your happiness, you enjoying this process, whatever this is. So I think you're really trying to get out of your head and feel safe with like residing in your heart area. Yeah, but you've got this tower here. There's definitely people around you, family, friends, coworkers. There's definitely people around you that are observing. It's like, what's that saying when somebody judges you, but it's like after the fact and they have all the perfect solutions because it's after the fact, right? They have like all the information. So they could say, well, you probably should have done it this way, or it's a lot of projection. Okay, that's what I'll say. Um, I see you're carrying a lot. It seems like you do it rather effortlessly, right, to other people, but it's not. It's not at all effortless. Um, so I think that because you may not ask for help or guidance or anything like that, people are Wheel of Fortune, unbelievable. We're gonna get some clarifiers. People they critique you because they're like, oh, you think it's so easy? Well, whatever. But it's not easy. Your process is very internalized. It's private. It's not by choice. This is just how you work, right? How you tick, TikTok, how you're wired. Um, Unbelievable. There's something with the timing here. It could just be, and I always do this, I bring up astrology and I know really not much about it. It's just like I never, there's nowhere to go from there. Here's what I know. This is the second full moon this month, which is a big deal. I believe it's a blue moon, Queen of Pentacles. Um, there's a Kazemi going on. Uranus moved, Pluto moved. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, and we feel it. It's pulling on our energy. Things are changing, right? We're like going into new territory in your life, especially because you're leaving behind something that was toxic for you, something that, even if it wasn't obviously toxic, it's something that was not allowing you to really step into the fullness of your life, into your heart. This could even just be avoiding pain, which is a totally natural thing to do as long as it's not taken to the extreme, which I think we can all do at times. So it may just be that. But we're going to clarify the Wheel of Fortune because I really can't say what that is yet. I just feel like it's something big. Um, and you're on the top of the wheel. So this is a good thing for you. And I feel like you don't have to earn your happiness. I don't believe in that. But I do think that you've earned your happiness, from what I'm seeing here. You're taking action. It's interesting because you have this mix of pentacle energy and wand energy. It's like no cups here yet, but you've got these major arcana. So far, we have the devil in the past. We have right now, you've got the tower like happening very soon, if not right now. And in the near future, there's the wheel. The wheel's turning for you. There's some sort of karma that you're receiving, and I'm sensing it's good karma. You're moving into a more abundant vibe here. Like, I feel as if right now your choices are limited because you're on a track already that you've put a lot of effort into. And it's almost like you're getting to the finish line in a slightly different way than you had planned. After that, there's a respite. There's a time where you're going to get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, take a vacation, um, enjoy your work. Maybe it's going to be received very well. I'm just getting a feeling because I'm looking at the sun and all of the fruit. It's an abundant card and it's abundant energy, Queen of Pentacles. Really having your affairs in order, really everything that's in your everyday life, just having a great system for it. So much so that you could take on other people's stuff sometimes, right? Or you can share. And this is like being totally out of survival mode here, which is beautiful because I feel like that's what you've been in. And even if it's not a financial thing, there's something about the amount of responsibility that you're holding and handling right now that, you know, it's becoming to that point where you're like, I can't do anymore. I can't take anymore. And I feel very strongly that you're not. Yeah, there's somebody like right outside my door. What's that about? That's weird. What time is it? 5:05. That might be important for you. May 5th. What is that? Cinco de Mayo? Something about that. Yes, there's somebody prancing around in my backyard right now. It's private property, people. All right. Oh my goodness. The world. I want to say that whatever it is that you do, this is probably the pressure you're carrying, right? Or you're in the public eye, you're putting yourself out there. Um, you've risen to the top of whatever it is that you do. So it's like not the greatest place to be because what do people want to do when you got high up, right? They want to tear you down. They want to judge you and say all the things that you're not doing right. Um, this may be something that you're learning not to give an ass about anymore. Maybe that's what's going to allow you to ascend to the next level where you'll have more financial stability or you'll just enjoy your job more because you're like not caring. And I have been getting a lot of messages about that. I feel like, and this is just my commentary, this is not a channel. I feel like what's going on in the world right now is kind of outrageous, a little crazy. And I think that people are looking at a lot of these figures that I'm not going to name any names, and I don't like talk about politics and stuff, but people that come to mind when you think of people in the public eye who it's kind of shocking, right? Some of the stuff that some of the behavior that people have been getting away with. And I do think that there are a lot of people evaluating their lives and going, geez, I'm like a really good person, right? Like I would never dream of doing any of these things. And maybe that is changing the way we're looking at things collectively, right? Like a real restructuring of power dynamics in some way. Okay, so something big's happening. I'm going to get to it. We're going to clarify. But you definitely have someone moving towards you or you're moving towards someone. And on this card, this Knight of Wands card, this is fast, this is passionate, this is like do it now, think later. Again, this TikTok energy, right? But they're taking a selfie, right? It's like, not only am I doing this, but you can watch. That's fine. This is how I'm going to do it. There's like a real self-possessed type of vibe that I'm feeling from you. Now, in terms of graduation party, you know, um, what I'm thinking about is I think it might be quite literal, actually. I think there's some members in the collective. So hopefully, if you're one of the 2 to 3 people that watch this video or click on it and watch it, maybe you're graduating. And maybe that's a big deal for you. Are you going away to school? Are you going across the country? Are you thinking that you might want to study something entirely different than what you discussed with your family or what you had planned on? So you have Three of Cups. I feel like you're branching out, and maybe your process, whatever it is, whether you do research or you're creative, you may work with your hands, whatever it is, um, you may have a very specific process that you have guarded. Like you are methodical about it. This is the only way I can do this thing, and you're changing that. You may be delegating, you may be collaborating, or you may be just performing in front of more people and being comfortable with that because you're not as concerned anymore. You've gotten to a certain level where like you don't have to prove yourself, but you've got the moon on the back of the deck. So I do feel like you're stepping into the unknown in some way, and you're doing it with a lot of courage. And it's like no guts, no glory, right? Because whatever it is that you're doing, it's a big deal. And you don't know where it's going to go. And you feel like you're in a good position to do that anyway. It's like the universe is telling you, like, now is the time. Now's the time. Might not feel like it, may not feel like it financially or emotionally. But it's like you are falling into that heart zone where you're like, gosh, things are so wild right now. I think I'm just going to be happy. Like, I think like that's the thing. Like, whatever it is you're doing it in a way that's more fulfilling. Because, yeah, see, because you've had to do things in a way that you don't particularly like. Seven of Swords, like, I do feel like you might be in some sort of a competitive realm, and that could be anything from being like a hair colorist to, being a resident, a medical resident, or a content creator, whatever it is. You work in a competitive realm, and that affects your process to some degree, whatever it is that you do. And I do think that you are remembering like why you started doing this thing in the first place. And even if it is school, it's almost like you forgot that there's actually something pleasurable, right, about learning more. It's like your curiosity is back and you're owning that. Hi, Cece. Well, Cece's here. All right, let's see what time it is. 5:10. So 5:10 on the clock, Cece. Come on, buddy. That is so interesting. That is so interesting. So I was clarifying the Wheel of Fortune and I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I think that TikTok, Lovey, please, unbelievable. Between the people out back, it's like this message. Someone does not want me to deliver this message, and I don't care because I'm doing it anyway. Um, Something that you have not initiated yet and taken on. Um, since he's here and he's interrupting, let me just take a moment to show you this little pocket Jesus that my friend gave me, and I'm absolutely in love with. Do you see that guy? How cute is that? Little pocket Jesus. Just to have with you, little good luck charm. I love you very much, okay? Love you very much. You need to leave now, okay? So something that you've been avoiding, right? Because it's painful. Like nobody would want to do this thing. It's like you have to completely change your process, completely change something about what you're doing. You've been avoiding it, but it's going to happen anyway, is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this is going to be good for you, and it's happening like whether you like it or not. Let's get another clarifier on that. This is about being less in control of something so that you can actually be better at it or more effective in some way. I'm feeling the devil is about control. Again, with the Page of Pentacles, yes. Whatever this is, you're going to make more money this way. You're going to get more accolades this way. You're going to attract more attention this way. And it's like whether you like it or not, here it comes. There's going to be action and it's going to affect everything, kind of a vibe. So let's get more because I want to see what this tower is right here. My Lord, nobody wants me to do this message. Hi. Unbelievable. Take the wheel, pocket Jesus. Hanged man. Yeah, whatever this thing is coming up, It's going to really make you look at things. You might already be looking at things from a very different perspective. Wherever you're at, if you feel stuck, you're going to be unstuck pretty soon. This could be an opportunity that gives you a whole new timeline. This would be the time with all the stuff that I don't totally know about that's happening astrologically, but I could feel it. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. This reminds me, and I don't want to encourage gambling, and I'm not a big gambler. I do use the mechanism, whatever that dopamine mechanism is, in other ways, like we all do, right? Either streaming or whatever, but not with like gambling. I really don't like losing money. It's like not my favorite. If I lose 75 cents, I'm like mad about it. I do think that whatever this adjustment is that and I do think you're adding people into the mix here, new people into the mix. And I do think that there's something about that is, I mean, it makes sense. You're losing a little bit of control over your product, over what it is that you do. But this is going to allow you to, I just heard, make money while you're sleeping. So thinking about that metronome, I really hope the word is metronome. Swinging, and then there's like this string in the middle that's like holding it there. And it's like at some point, it's just going to stay there and become rooted. And it's like, which way are you going to go? And I feel like you're following your heart. And maybe that's not what you typically do with whatever this matter is. Yeah, you don't follow your heart because Five of Cups. You see that? Because you must have tried something before along these lines, or you've seen somebody else who has, and it did not go well. It left a scar. So why would you go back in there? Because you're brave, because you're, 10 of Wands. You are coming to the finish line of something and starting something new. And you're charging forward like the Knight of Wands, or this person who you might be collaborating with is charging towards you. And you're planning. You got your Two of Wands here. Yeah, you are planning, or you're going to be. You're going to be, and you are getting an opportunity. I want to find out a little bit more about this tower. I know it's going to completely change your perspective on things. Yeah, because this is unexpected. You have some sort of a new beginning coming. And it's coming as you're completing something that's not new at all. Something that you either wanted for a long time, that you've been working on for a long time. So this could be a number of things. I need a different deck. Let's see here. I want to find out what this Page of Pentacles is like right here. What is this Page of Pentacles? Yeah, graduation party. You're graduating from something. I'm telling you. You're graduating from something, even if it's just like an outdated mentality that you have that's like not serving you anymore. The world, unbelievable. This is like a global event for your life. I mean, it could be global for all of us, right? But like, who knows? Who knows? Let's find out more about the Page of Pentacles. I see the Ace of Wands. This is something that I feel like if you are exhausted, if you feel like you don't even know why you started this thing that you've gotten so far with in the first place, because it's like not even fun anymore or something, right? It's going. Something is changing. Something, you're getting rewarded for something here, even though you're being really cautious to the point where you don't necessarily want it. You're like, if it ain't broke, like don't fix it. Like you don't want to touch anything, but you're going to. It's almost 25 minutes. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Let me just get another card. Hopefully this is somebody's message. Remember that you're not going to feel anchored right now, but you will soon. But you have to take some kind of a risk. You have to share. You have to share. You have to be more economical with your life. And I don't even mean with money. I feel like, I want to say this because I'm hearing it, so it's probably channeled. You're being superstitious about something that you do because you don't understand that you're the magic. Like it's not the order that you do it in, or how long you study, or working with this pair of people, you know, whatever it is, or you know, you make your video at this time of the day after you do this and that. If all of that was wiped away, you would still have something amazing because you're the magic. And so it's important for you to take care of you and not worry so much about everything around you. I feel like that Six of Pentacles is not necessarily somebody around you making things fair or sharing or anything like that. It's almost like you need to share some of your accomplishments with yourself, you know, and maybe something is out of balance in your life because you're being so cautious, and that's why like the universe is kind of kicking your butt a little bit. But another Ace of Pentacles. You have some sort of new start coming, and it's something that you may or may not take advantage of because it's the beginning, it's the ace. So you don't know yet. And like I said, with that metronome, you could go this way, you could go that way, but you're going to settle in. Whichever way you go, you're going to settle in. So it's an important decision, and it seems time sensitive. Let's get 2 more cards, just advice cards. I do want to show you the moon, though. I do feel like you don't like to take a step without knowing where you're going to land, which makes sense. But in this case, you're not going to be able to do that. Well, 2 of Cups. You may be so, well, you have pride in whatever it is that you're doing. And it is legitimately nerve-wracking to think about changing your process, or, like I said, delegating or collaborating. It could be a new relationship, and how will that affect everything else in my life? Who knows? But this is going to be a nice, even exchange. This could be somebody offering you something that you don't see coming. And you're like, oh, I've always worked independently. I don't know if I can do that. But like, you're carrying like the 10 of Wands, right? So maybe it's time, and you're going to get a push with the Tower and the Hangman and the Ace of Pentacles. Let's just get one more. You have the 3 of Swords. And I said, you know, the heart, sinking into the heart. I feel like there's some loss involved, or you've just been through this. You may be in a very self-protective mode. I can't leave it on the 3 of Swords. We have to pull one more. Yeah, you're leaving something behind. You know, if you are graduating and you are going, let's say, away to college or something, like, you're going to miss your friends. You're going to miss your, you know, your life, the way things are. You don't know what it's going to be like when you get there. If you're taking a new job, same thing. Like, you're leaving wherever it is you're at now, and you don't know how it's going to be. It's like, is this going to be, this is like the devil card. This is the devil I know, right? I don't want to take on the devil I don't know, but it looks like you don't have a choice. Like, it's coming. So there's something like you're reminiscing about because you're used to it. It feels right. It's like what I'm used to. But there's something going on right now with this time, this period of time. I feel like it's like the next 3 months where you have an opportunity, and it's like you think you know where all the puzzle pieces are, right? But it's like everything's going to change, and you're going to pivot. And remember that you hold your magic. Like, it's all right here. So whatever changes around you it's just, that's like circumstantial. It's just like stuff around you. It's all right here. So like, you have to stay connected to that heart chakra. Anyway, well, thanks for joining me. And I just wanted to kind of dip into this full moon energy and share with the collective. I hope that everybody's doing really well. So have a great night from me and Pocket Jesus. And I will see you again soon.